For hands-on 2, the first exercise, you are going to enter all of this code. The trick on this is basically going to be to get your indentation right. So that'll probably be the hardest thing with this. And it is designed to give you a little bit of practice um, subscripting into a tuple, doing some calculations using a Boolean variable, using a for loop, using an elif statement, giving you practice with all of that. Plus, you've got more complicated conditions that you are checking. And then we're moving on to exercise 5.8 and 5.9. So 5.8 and 5.9, let's see. So you're going to make a list of 5 or more usernames, including the name admin. And then you are going to loop through your list and print out a little greeting to each one. So you're going to basically pretend that they logged into your system. And so you can kind of see what I did. And I kind of labeled it exercise 5.8 and 5.9. So here are my users. And then I printed out little messages to them as directed. And if the username is admin, they get a special greeting. So I did have to have an if statement in that loop checking for admin and doing a little separate print if that's who it was that was logging in. And I think you guys have plenty of examples. You should be able to do that. If you get confused or get stuck, let me know and I can help you. For exercise 5.9. Let's see. So they want you to test to make sure that the list is not empty. And if the list is empty, they want you to print a message that we need to find some users. So what you're going to have to do is basically do the little check. You're going to have to add a little check above the for loop. So this is a little complicated. I am going to help you with 5.9 because I think this may get a little confusing for you. So hold on. I'm going to quick create 5.8 and then I'm going to help you with 5.9. All right, so here's an example of what you need to do. You've got your users, okay, and then you have a little for loop. You're checking for the admin. And if it is the admin, you're printing one message. And for everybody else, you're printing a separate message. Then you are basically blanking out your usernames. And you've taken this little for loop here and stuck it inside an if else. So you're saying if there are usernames, if that's true, then you're going to run through the for loop. Otherwise, then we've got the else. It's going to print, we need to get some users. So that is what it is asking you to do. Okay, and I thought you guys might get a little confused on that, so giving you some helpful hints there. Then for your last one, 5.10. Let's see. So for this one, I don't think you're going to have any issues. You basically need to have a list of users that you're going to call current users, and you're going to do another list of 5 people that you're going to call new users. And you just need to make sure that the new users are not in the current user list. So you guys know how to use in and not in. You're going to have to loop through all your new users. Make sure that your new user is not in the current user list. Okay, if they are in the current user list, they need to pick a different username. Otherwise, you can print out a message that their username is okay. And it is telling you to make sure your comparison is case insensitive, which means that you should convert the basically both of them. I would convert current users and new users to lowercase versions. So how would I do that? Well, I would, let's say I have a list. We'll pretend this is one of my lists, okay? I'm not going to save my changes here. So this is one of my lists. So if I wanted this converted to lowercase, I would loop through it and oops, dot append. Do something like that. Okay, so lower users is what I would be checking. Okay, and you're going to want to do that for both of your lists, your new users and your current users. Okay, then then it's the case isn't going to matter. Okay, because you've converted everybody to lowercase. That's probably the only really tricky thing in there. Okay, otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. If you do get confused, and you can see I actually did put this in here because I thought that might get confusing for some of you. Um, if you do need help, please let me know. And those are all the exercises you need to complete for Chapter 5.